Hello everyone, welcome back to the POPSICLE KNIGHT channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video, hit the thumbs down if you don't, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. So for today, we'll be taking a look at Tsareena from the Chilling Reign set. I will be utilizing Orbital with this build. It has the attack Evomancy, starting with 1 energy. Depending on how many energy is attached on Orbital, you can search your deck for that many stage 2 Pokemon and put them straight to your bench. I'll put a link on the description below or a card above of the basic fundamentals on the strategy of this Orbital engine. So now let's talk about Tsareena. Tsareena is a stage 2 grass type Pokemon with 140 HP with 2 retreat cost and is weak to fire. It has 2 attacks. Let's actually start with its second attack, Solar Beam. For 1 grass and 2 colorless energy, it will deal 120 damage. And its first attack will actually be our main focus for this Tsareena. For 2 colorless energy, Tread On will deal 10 plus damage. And this attack does 50 more damage for each energy retreat cost in your opponent's active Pokemon. So if your opponent has 2 retreat costs, Tsareena will deal 110 damage, which is a bit underwhelming. However, we have access to the Galar Mine Stadium, which increases both players' active Pokemon's energy retreat cost by 2. So now if your opponent has 2 retreat costs, Galar Mine will make it 4. So on average, Tsareena will hit between 160 to 210 damage with this attack, which is not bad. And when your matchup is against basic Pokemon such as a Pokemon V, it's actually helpful to have 1 or 2 copies of Absol before it rotates out with the Dark Ambition ability, which increases the energy retreat cost of your opponent's basic Pokemon by 1, and that means an increase in damage for Tsareena's attack. But it is a little risky putting a basic Pokemon with an Orbital deck because this might delay our Orbital setup, and not only that, it has an ability which impacts our use of Green's Exploration supporter card, and that's why I've included 2 Skyless in this build just in case we are not able to use Green's Exploration. But it's a risk I took for this build, so just be aware of that. I will be using 2 copies of Twin Energy on this build too, so that we can potentially use Tsareena's attack for just 1 energy. But also, I'm using Rillaboom with the Voltage Beat ability. Once during your turn, you can search your deck for up to 2 basic grass energy and attach them to one of your Pokemon. This is great for instantly energizing Tsareena. But because we are also affected by the Galar Mine Stadium, METAGROSS is actually a great addition to this build. It has the Levitation Field ability, which removes all retreat costs from all of your Pokemon in play. So while your opponent struggles to get out of the active, all of your Pokemon can freely move back and forth from the active. But it also has the attack Leg Quake. For 1 metal and 2 colorless energy, it will deal 100 damage, and if the defending Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, it cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. So when you combo this with Galar Mine, your opponent's active Pokemon may get stuck in the active, unable to attack, and METAGROSS will just slowly chip away at its HP. I can definitely see this card being used post-rotation, especially with all the VMAX now emerging. And I also included 1 single strike Beedrill in this build because we are using grass type, and its Persist Sting attack can get us instant knockouts when our opponent uses special energy for just 1 energy. It's very cheap to use and it may come in handy. There are a few challenges with using Tsareena's Tread On attack. The first one is if your opponent uses tool cards that reduces retreat costs such as Air Balloon. So to counter this, I've included 1 Tool Scrapper in this build. Most likely your opponent will not be able to recover their tool cards, so I only have 1 Tool Scrapper in this build. A second challenge is if your opponent uses a Stadium card that reduces the retreat cost of their Pokemon, such as the Tower of Waters for Rapid Strike Pokemon, or if your opponent uses the Chaotic Swell Stadium, which will prevent you from using Galar Mine Stadium. So to counter this, you either bump out their Stadium with your own, or you can use Flannery, which can discard a Stadium in play, and it doubles its effect by discarding 1 special energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But if your opponent also uses a METAGROSS or any Pokemon with a similar ability to completely take away their retreat cost, then Tsareena's Tread On attack will have no use. You'll have to rely on its second attack. The rest of the deck is pretty basic for my typical Orbital build, along with Dusknoir, and I am using Cramorant V for its Beak Catch attack to find the necessary cards for our Orbital setup. And it also has the Spit Shot attack. For 3 colorless energy, you can deal 160 damage to any one of your opponent's Pokemon. I also have boss's orders for Gusting, 1 copy of Professor's Research, 1 copy of Metal Energy, 4 Metagross, and 8 basic Grass Energy. And that's pretty much it. My deck list will be in the description below, but enough talk, let's see how this build works. Alright, so we're gonna go first. We get a Cramorant to go in the active with a Grass Energy to go with. We just need to set up a Blipbug and that will be a perfect start. We get a Pokemon Communication, which is great. So now we can set up our Blipbug and all we need to do is get Green's Exploration and Triple Acceleration and that will be a great start. But we cannot attack right now, so we're just gonna have to end our turn. So I was a little hesitant to use Tsareena. You know, on paper, when you think about it, Tsareena is a little bit underwhelming when you think about basing your attack on your opponent's retreat cost. So for the most part, like Crobat V, it only has 1, so you're only really hitting for what, 60 damage, and then if your opponent has 2 retreat costs, it's only 110, so it's a little underwhelming. Why would you use Tsareena to be your main attacker, right? So it is a little underwhelming when you think about it, but unless you try it out, you really won't know what it's capable of, and really try to do your best to work around it. So for the meantime, I'm gonna evolve into Orbeetle, which may make it a little bit more likely to survive the next few turns while we set up even more here. I'm just gonna Marnie. We don't get much, but now we have 2 Tsareenas on our hand, which is not good. And I'm just gonna beat catch and probably just, we need Triple Acceleration for sure. And I'm just gonna get Marnie. Probably Marnie is the best option here. We already have Orbeetle set up. We can just easily retreat, use Triple Acceleration, and then after we Marnie, we can get Tsareena onto our bench. So we only really need Rillaboom for a Tsareena setup, and also we need that Galar Mine to increase the retreat cost. So yeah, let's go ahead and use Marnie. And we get Galar Mine, which is perfect. Great. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Galar Mine. That will increase retreat cost, and I'm gonna go ahead and use or get our Metagross for free retreats. We have Tsareena and also Rillaboom to power up our Tsareena. So now we can retreat back with our Orbeetle safely. We can use its Evomancy later on if and when our Pokemon starts getting knocked out. But it has 20 HP left. I mean, this Cursola V can just use its damage counter, inflict damage counter on it to knock it out. But for now, let's just focus on attacking Tread On for 210 damage. Unfortunately, it was not enough because of the big charm on Cursola V. But that's fine, and this is what I'm saying with Tsareena. You know, as a stage 2 single prize Pokemon, 210 is actually not too bad. And if your opponent actually has more than 2 retreat costs, it's gonna deal 260 or even 300 damage or more. So really, it has potential, very circumstantial, but it does deal a lot of damage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get another Blipbug. We will need to set it up later on, and we can just finish off this Cursola V with a Tread On attack. We get another Galar Mine and another Grass Energy. So now our opponent has to really focus on their attacker. They have Gardevoire VMAX, but it's not set up yet. They need more energies on it. So for now, we can just keep getting free prizes. And they also have Calyrex, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach the metal energy on METAGROSS, which becomes very useful also when they put a evolution Pokemon in their active. We can trap it with the Galar Mine and start chipping away at its HP. They do confuse us though, so now Tsareena will not be able to attack safely, but you know, fortunately for us, we have free retreats, and I think this Cramorant V would be able to survive an attack even from that Gardevoire. So I'm gonna go ahead and just voltage beat probably 1 energy on Cramorant, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Beak Catch attack, maybe get something useful in the deck. What can we use here? We can get another Galar Mine and a Twin Energy just in case they bump out our Galar Mine. We have a reserve. I mean, we have Flannery also. We can just use it to just get rid of... I mean, we can still use it in the next turn actually and slow them down by discarding that special energy that they have on their Gardevoire. So we can retreat free with this Cramorant V into Tsareena, evolve into Orbeetle, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna use Flannery, get rid of the horror energy there and our stadium, but we can just easily replace it, trapping this. I mean, we can just knock it out anyway, so let's just go ahead and knock it out. 160 damage for another prize, and now all we have to do is get 3 more with this Gardevoire. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. They won't be able to attack with it just yet. There's no way for them to accelerate energy, so I'm assuming they're gonna try and do their best to use its healing strategy. So they have Indeedee V to heal for 20, and each time Gardevoire attacks, it will heal 50 damage. But for now, I'm gonna use METAGROSS for 100 damage. Oh, it's actually weak against metal. I totally forgot about it. And so this is actually a perfect matchup for us then. Gardevoire now cannot attack. It's gonna have a hard time retreating. They have a switch, however, so they can get out of that. But you know what? METAGROSS is gonna be our main attacker for this Gardevoire then. So I'm gonna go ahead and retreat and then go back to Tsareena, and we're just gonna tread on this Cresselia, getting us another prize card, and we get a Twin Energy off of that, which is great as well. And yeah, Tsareena is not too bad actually. My impression on Tsareena, while it has a very mediocre attack, actually 200 plus damage for 2 or actually 1 energy if you have Twin Energy, is actually pretty good if you think about it. And with the help of Galar Mine, it traps your opponent in the active. So basically it's like an attack that prevents your opponent from retreating, and at the same time you're hitting for 200 damage, which is actually not too bad. 200 damage plus for 1 energy is not bad at all. So they already used 2 switch. They're gonna knock out our Tsareena, and they're gonna heal for 50, which is not great. But here's METAGROSS. We can prevent it from attacking. I'm just gonna use Leg Quake, and I'm hoping that this will become our key knockout after this turn. That Big Charm though is not helping because it's giving it a lot more HP, and now Indeedee V is gonna start healing it. So hopefully they don't retreat. Oh, they have a Malo and Lana, and they're gonna heal back 120 HP. But can they get back into the active? No, they cannot. So they're gonna end their turn. Let's see. I'm thinking of retreating back into Cramorant, and then probably just use its Spit Shot attack for more damage against this Gardevoire VMAX. It's the only thing that's attacking right now, so it's ideal probably to increase its attack, prevent it from healing even further. So that attack may just be what we need to get it to that knockout range. Again, it's their only attacker right now, so we only need 2 prizes. We might have to set up another Tsareena here if we have to, but for now we seem I think we're still safe for the meantime. But now they have Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX set up. It is not helping that they're able to energize it, so we only have 1 grass energy left in the deck, and that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, we only have 1. Unfortunately, we can't use another or we can't use another spit shot attack to finish off their Gardevoire. If only we had a boss's order on our hand right now, we could just gust it, use METAGROSS, and be done with it. Let me just get Absol then, just because maybe we can trap a single prize or a basic Pokemon in the active. Just gonna use Evomancy then and get another Tsareena. We have a Twin Energy and a Triple Acceleration in the deck, so we can use it. And we can probably use Ordinary Rod to get more energies back into the deck so that we can attack. So unfortunately, they're able to set up their Shadow Rider Calyrex. That's probably gonna be their main attacker in the next few turns, but they still cannot retreat unless they have a switch again. They'll need another energy to get this this Gardevoire line out of the active. So we have Skyla. If we use Skyla, what are we gonna get though? Ordinary Rod actually is a great great option. So let's see, we have 6 energy for sure. Let's go ahead and just get the energies, 2 of them back into the deck, and then we can use well, we can't use Cramorant now. Let's see, I can Voltage Beat into Tsareena, take 1 more prize, but then I'd really like to get a but the thing is, how can we get that Gardevoire VMAX into the active? If they put Shadow Rider in the active, we won't be able to knock it out. So we have free retreats, so let's just go ahead and wait. I will just sacrifice my METAGROSS. At least this will get us another prize. So we need 1 more prize card left. I really don't want to do this. We have to switch, and you know, Gardevoire is weak against metal, but I think this is a necessary thing that I have to do. It's the only option that I have, that I can think of right now anyways, that will potentially get us our win. We only need 30 more damage on that Gardevoire. If we can get an energy on this turn on our top deck, I can put it on our Cramorant V, and then we can Voltage Beat and just knock it out from the bench with Cramorant V. That's probably gonna be the best option we have. Our Tsareena will not be able to knock out this Shadow Rider Calyrex, so for the meantime, I'm just gonna put Orbital into the active. And unfortunately, we still don't get any energy. I'm really relying on that energy. Probably a Twin Energy. I'm just gonna Evomancy. Let's just do that. Yeah, we have 3 energies. I just need either a Twin or a Grass Energy on our hand, and that will be game. Unless they have a Mew and then we can't hit the bench, then that will be game for us. For them, you know, they're gonna win. But they are running low on cards on their deck, so we still have a chance. We have a few winning conditions here, so we'll just have to see what our best option is. But you know, they only need a few turns. Oh, and they're gonna boss's order our Rillaboom, which is fine. We have another one. It's a good thing we Evomancy'd another one, which is very... Ooh, there's the grass. That's it. It's game. So we're gonna put that Voltage Beat, 2 grass energies on Cramorant V. Unfortunately, Tsareena will not take the final blow on this one, but at least the teamwork will get us the win against this Calyrex Gardevoire VMAX build. So good game to our opponent. Alright, so we're gonna go first this time. And let's see what we got. We got Blipbug. Oh, that was a close one. See, if we started with Absol, it's gonna be absolutely terrible. So, you know, Green's Exploration, if we do get it, it would be actually a much better option for us, which will get us 2 trainer cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and just actually discard that Absol for now with a Quick Ball so we can get a Cramorant V. Here's another situation. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Twin Energy on Blipbug. So with this single strike, they don't have an attacker yet that will be able to knock out Blipbug. So I have a little bit of confidence that Blipbug might actually just survive this turn. So again, here's the other predicament. Do you want Blipbug in the active or retreat with it? So we are up against a single strike Urshifu VMAX deck. A big role again for Dusknoir probably in this matchup, but also with Beedrill. They are using special energy so we can easily knock one out if we need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach an energy on Cramorant V. Use Skyla to get a switch, which will preserve the twin energy on our Blipbug. Use the Evolution Incense to get a Dottler. And all we'll really need is an Orbital. And I'm probably just gonna get a Green's Exploration so we can get this Beedrill back into the deck. So yeah, might as well just get Green's Exploration and a triple acceleration. And yeah, triple acceleration would still be the optimal choice. So if they evolve into a Urshifu VMAX here, they have the potential of being able to knock out Cramorant V with all that modification of the single strike energy on it. Even though Cramorant is resistant to fighting, they have that potential to knock it out with one hit. But at least we have, as long as we can retain this Green's Exploration, we can get an Orbital and get 5 Pokemon on our bench right away. So that's, even if we lose 2 prizes with this Cramorant, from this Cramorant V, if they are able to knock it out, then, you know, to compensate, we'll have 5 stage 2 Pokemon on our bench. But they will have a Mew, and that could be significant, especially when we need to attack with Cramorant with the Spit Shot attack, and that's gonna prevent any damage to their bench. But there goes the Marnie, which is very unfortunate. We will lose our hand. Hopefully we get something off of this next one. We get the triple acceleration, but we lose our Cramorant V. That is, oh my goodness, that is the worst case. Where's our Orbital? We don't get anything. Most probably I'll have to sacrifice that twin energy, because if I attack, it'll hit for 40, which is fine, but then we'll lose it if they knock it out. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna take the risk. Maybe we'll get an Orbital or a Evolution Incense. They don't have any energy anyways on their single strike Urshifu, so hopefully we're okay. Hopefully. Otherwise, it's gonna be a scoop for me. You know, that's the only other challenge with the Orbital. If your opponent can prevent you from setting up, you know, then it's time to scoop. But you know, I played enough Orbital build to kind of take it easy. Even if they knock out enough of your Pokemon where they have 2 prizes left, sometimes when you set up like Dusknoir or something like that, you still win the game. So I have this thing where I just don't give up. Even though it might seem bleak, And you know what? With their Marnie, we get an Orbital actually from that shuffle, which is wonderful. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a Beedrill. You know what? Dusknoir actually sounds great here. We can easily win with Beedrill though, so I think I'm just gonna get that. Dusknoir is such an easy way out against the single strike Urshifu VMAX matchup, but you know, we can easily win this game just by setting up Dusknoir. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk and also make this game a little interesting by using Beedrill. It is in our deck build after all, but they're gonna Boss's Order Cramorant V, trying to get as much prizes as they can, and they're just gonna G-Max one blow for 300 damage against Cramorant, which is insane. But you know what? That's fine. Here's the moment I was talking about. Two prizes left on our opponent, but look, we're just gonna catch up really quickly, and they won't know what hit them. So I'm gonna go ahead and energize Tsareena, and oh. I got too excited there. I forgot that the G-Max one blow discards all their energy, and so the persisting has no effect because their Urshifu VMAX doesn't have any special energy attached to it. So, alright. I'm gonna see all the comments in the comments. I was like, I can't believe you did that. Yeah. You've done it too. I know you have. But you know what? It really does make a difference. One false move can cost you the game, so it really is. But this is just reality, you know. This is reality of probably why I don't play competitively, is because, you know, when you have so much in your mind, you know, you can't control your excitement or whatever, then you lose focus, and you know, you could end up losing the game because of that. So I still have that tendency to make a lot of mistakes. I think really fast in a bad way, I guess. I like the game to go fast rather than slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just probably retreat here and use Orbital, and I think we will need Dusknoir now. We need help here. We need help. But yeah, Dusknoir along with Beedrill is a great combo. I still have to make a Beedrill Orbital deck, a standalone for Beedrill. There's another Beedrill which is also great, that pairs nicely with Old Cemetery, and you can basically just knock out a lot of your opponent with just one energy for both of those different types of Beedrill. So I'm gonna make a that's gonna make a good video for later on. But for now, yeah, Dusknoir, it really helps out with this matchup. They're using special energies. Now they won't be able to attack for much, and we can start taking over this match. First of all, by using Beedrill to knock out this one in the active, and then we can start using Tsareena to start doing tremendous amount of damage once we get that Galar mine all set up. So they're gonna pass. They can't do anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and just retreat into Tsareena. I'm probably just gonna keep treading on. We're not gonna hit for much, but it's enough. We are hitting for 3 retreat cost against this single strike Urshifu VMAX. So 160 damage is still pretty significant. And they're just gonna scoop. Okay, I'll take that. So good game to our opponent. Alright, so moving on to our next match, we are going second. And we are gonna mulligan. We don't have much on our hand right now. You know, in PTCGO, mulligans is not too bad with this Orbital deck. We do start with a Cramorant V in the active with an energy to go with it, which is great. And we are up against a Blaziken V right now. It really pairs well with Zeraora V, so that's probably what this matchup is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put an energy on Cramorant V, and we have to set up our Blipbug this turn. So I'm gonna sacrifice one Galar Mine and get our Blipbug set up on the bench. Beak Catch, Green's Exploration, and Triple Acceleration is always the go-to on our first turn. So we only have one greens though, so we gotta really pay attention to that. I'm just gonna get Metal Energy because we do have Triple Acceleration on our hand already. So, but if we didn't, that would have been our go-to is Green's Exploration and Triple Acceleration. So we have Tsareena on our hand. We can get Pokemon Communication. One thing you have to do though when you do try to find something is make sure whether or not you have a Pokemon in your hand. That's when you can use Pokemon Communication. And if you don't have Pokemon in your hand, you will have to rely on Evolution Incense. That's why I included one Evolution Incense instead of just having all Pokemon Communication in this Orbeetle build, because that can happen. Because we really want to be able to evolve into an Orbeetle right away. So we have to have those options ready to go, unless it's priced. That's gonna be the problem. So now we have an Orbeetle on our hand. We can actually get a switch to preserve even that energy on Cramorant V. But I could stall by putting Twin Energy and just use Beak Catch again. But I'm probably just gonna go for it. Get a switch, Rare Candy, evolve into Orbeetle, switch into the active, and then use Evomancy for 3 Pokemon before our opponent can start setting up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Galar Mine, which could make a difference, prevent them from retreating. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Dusknoir. This will really help out in this matchup. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Dusknoir, Tsareena, and also Metagross, because Dusknoir first will affect their Rapid Strike energy, which for sure they use because it is a Zeraora V combo. If they use the Rapid Strike energy on this Blaziken, it can start attacking, but that will slow them down, so Dusknoir will make it ineffective. I'm gonna go ahead and attach a Metal Energy on Metagross and use Evomancy once more for Rillaboom, which is essential. I mean, we have Twin Energy, so we can start attacking with Tsareena, but we can also use Rillaboom to energize our Cramorant V to attack our opponent's bench. So Zeraora V has 210 HP, and Tsareena can actually one-hit KO these Pokemon V with 210 damage, which is crazy. So yeah, we can use Twin Energy or we can use Voltage Beat. I'm just gonna go ahead and use Voltage Beat and energize Tsareena for now, and use a Twin Energy on Metagross, which now we have at least 2 attackers. And if they do evolve, although Zeraora will not evolve, I mean, we can prevent this Blaziken from attacking. So this is where the Tool Scrapper really helps out, because that Air Balloon is decreasing Blaziken's retreat cost to 0. So we had to use that Tool Scrapper to get rid of it. That way we can get that full damage of 210 damage against that Blaziken V, getting us 2 prizes. So you know what? This deck build is not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with how this Tsareena build turned out. Metagross is definitely an awesome addition to this build. The whole Galar Mine setup with Tsareena and Metagross is such a good synergy, such a great combo. They all work together really well, and I'm happy how this this build turned out. You know, it really makes Tsareena shine, and also it gave me a chance to really work with a Metagross. I have been able to use it in the past, but not as much, and now I have more appreciation for it, especially as more VMAX is starting to come out with the new sets, and the rotation is coming out, and so all the tag teams will start to, you know, lose its momentum. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Voltage Speed with this Cramorant V, and I'm gonna chip away at this Zeraora V. I'm just gonna pressure them because when they attack with a, you know, it can hit the bench for 160 damage. It will be able to knock out our Cramorant V though, but Blaziken V can attack for 2 colorless. So I'm just anticipating the worst. Zeraora V is a big threat here in that it can hit the bench for 160, so it can even target our Dusknoir and knock it out, and that will lose the ability, and then all of their special energy will just take effect again, and then we could just lose this match because they can hit for multiple targets at a time. And Cramorant V is actually weak against lightning, so they're gonna get 2 prizes off of this Cramorant V. But for right now, their special energy isn't working. I don't know why they promoted Zeraora V, because they already attached an energy on Blaziken. So I don't know if they were paying attention. So like I said, guys, we all make mistakes. Not all players, you know, we all make mistakes. But good thing we have METAGROSS for free retreats, and we can knock out this Zeraora V for the win. So we don't have to worry about that hitting our bench. We get a rare candy and a switch. And now they promoted their Blaziken VMAX, which will hit for a weakness against our Tsareena. Tsareena is weak against fire, so they're gonna take their first prize off of our Tsareena. But with the Galar Mine, oh, they have Tower of Water, so they can bump out our Galar Mine, but we can bump it right back out with our Galar Mine in our hand, and then we can use METAGROSS to attack. Although we're hitting for chip damage, you know, we are preventing their Blaziken VMAX from retreating unless they have a switch, and we can prevent it from attacking also because of the effect of METAGROSS's Leg Quake attack. So it seems like we're still in control with this matchup. It can certainly go a different direction. I have fought a Zeraora Blaziken VMAX and still lost even with the help of Dusknoir because they use a lot of basic energy. And that's why when I do a lot of my builds, I don't rely solely on special energy. I always have to put like some type of basic energy in my build, and a lot of it, because if you rely too much on your special energy, there are a lot of ways to get it out in play. You know, there's Flannery, there's the Fan of Waves, so you just gotta think about it when you build your deck. So they knock out our Tsareena. I'm just gonna probably put Orbital in the active. Let's go ahead and bump out their Stadium with ours, and probably just gonna Marnie. Should I Marnie? I mean, that could disrupt their hand if they have a switch or something, but you know what? I'm just gonna Evoman C. I'm gonna get us another Tsareena. We could get Beedrill, but that's gonna be too easy, so I think I'm just gonna go for the Tsareena. Yeah, you know what? This deck build is insane. You know, there's so many easy ways you can win against an opponent, but we're gonna stay true and use Tsareena to the full if we can, and really use it to attack and beat our opponent if we can. We only need 2 prizes anyways. We just gotta get through this Blaziken VMAX. They'll be able to knock out our Orbital, but they have another Tower of Waters, so I don't know if we have another Galar Mine. We have 3, so we should have 1 more, because we have a full set of Galar Mine, unless it's all priced. I didn't even check if we still have another one, so that's gonna really impact the damage output from Tsareena. And they're gonna boss, oh no, METAGROSS, and METAGROSS is weak against fire. And now we don't have free retreats, and we can't prevent this Blaziken VMAX from attacking. Anyways, because of their stadium, they have free retreats right now, because Blaziken has 2 retreat cost, goes down to 0 because of their stadium. So they could have just, you know, retreated back and attack with another one of their Pokemon. Just gonna go ahead and use Voltage Beat and energize Tsareena. I'm gonna Evomancy, Beedrill. That's gonna be our way out, just in case everything goes south, you know, everything doesn't work out the way we want it. Most likely the Zeraora V will be using another special energy as well. Depends really on how many. There it is. Whichever one they put in the active will win us the game. They cannot knock out Beedrill and Tsareena at the same time. Orbital will might even survive an attack. There it is. Oh, they're gonna hit our Cramorant V for 2 prizes, but that's it. I'm gonna go for Tsareena here. I'm gonna attach one on Beedrill just in case. I'm really gonna go for Tsareena. If we can get that Galar Mine, we can finish off this Zeraora V. Unfortunately, we don't, so we're just gonna rely on Beedrill to persisting and win this game. So sorry, Tsareena. Persisting for 2 prizes, instant knockout against the Zeraora Blaziken VMAX deck. Good game. Alright, we get to go second this time again. We are gonna start off with the Cramorant V. So again, with this Orbital build, having only a few basic Pokemon will get you mulligan, but you're sure to start with one of the basic Pokemon that you really need, either Blipbug or Cramorant V. The more ideal is Cramorant V though. We can use our Pokemon Communication to get a Blipbug all set up, and we can use Green's Exploration. We have Evolution Incense and a Rare Candy. We can't evolve yet, so I'm gonna be catch. Let's see. Can get a Galar Mine and a triple acceleration set up here. And that's what we're gonna do. Looks like we're up against a Urshifu, single prize Urshifu, and it is the single strike Urshifu VMAX, not a VMAX, the regular single strike Urshifu, which can hit for a lot. So again, Dusknoir again will be a key element here if we cannot survive any of its attack. We will have to rely on its ability. So for the meantime, we're gonna try our best to get going with this Orbital, and we're gonna keep making Tsareena as our main attacker as much as possible. So we're gonna retreat, and with a triple acceleration, we can use Evomancy, and we'll bump out their stadium with ours, making it harder for them to retreat. So I'm gonna go ahead and use or get METAGROSS, our Rillaboom for Voltage Beat to energize our Tsareena. So now we can knock out this Urshifu with 1 hit from Tsareena. So we're hitting for more than 200 damage. So it will be enough to knock out this single strike Urshifu. So they're gonna use Bruno. That will get them only 4 cards though. But they are hitting for weakness against our Orbital, so unfortunately we won't be able to use its Evomancy anymore, and we're just gonna rely with the Pokemon we have right now. So Tsareena's definitely gonna go into the active. We can knock out this first Urshifu. And they're also using Slowking V. So let's go ahead and voltage beat. Probably set up another orbital line. So let's go ahead and get our Blip Bug. Having only one of each Pokemon is not great. Oh, dude, I forgot they have Air Balloon. So that puts their retreat cost to 0. So we only we only hit for that much damage. It's just a small chip damage against their we are hitting for weakness though, but it only hit for 20. And now because of that chip damage, it's gonna hit this single strike. Urshifu will actually hit for 200 damage plus the single strike energies on it, 240 total damage against Tsareena. So even this Cramorant V won't be able to survive an attack. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Voltage Beat, Energize, and I'm gonna use Marnie. Let's see what we get here. We get a Dottler, which is good. Let's Tool Scrapper that. Now, I mean, we don't have a Tsareena now, but let's just do both. Can get Tsareena only, and 2 Grass Energy back from the discard, and Leg Quake. At least they won't be able to attack on this turn unless they can switch out, or they hard retreat. They'll lose their energy, but they have a Houndoom. So, but yeah, if they hard retreat, they'll have to switch back. They have Houndoom to re-energize it, but they'll need a switch and then another energy to attach on this single strike Urshifu. But if they don't, we get to knock it out with Metagross, because it is an evolution Pokemon, it cannot attack this turn, the defending Pokemon. So they can retreat out, remove that that effect. But for right now, if they cannot retreat back, it'll just stay in the active and it cannot attack. So they're gonna Professor's Research. Most likely they're gonna have a switch here, maybe. And they can use their only other attacker right now is Slowking, and it can use that attack where it can instantly KO your opponent the next turn, at the end of your opponent's next turn. But since we have free retreats because of Metagross, that shouldn't be a problem. We can even retreat back into Cramorant V and then use its Beak Catch attack to finally set up our Orbital. We will lose more prizes off of that, and oh, they're gonna hard retreat. Okay. And they're gonna add an energy on their Slowking V. Most likely they're gonna use the Word of Ruin attack. Yeah, that's the one. So at the end of our turn here, if we don't get Metagross out of the active, it will just get knocked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Pokemon Communication, get an Orbital, and I'm probably just gonna retreat into Orbital and then use Voltage Beat to get 2 energies, and we can get 2 Tsareenas in our bench, or actually we can even get Dusknoir. So let's just get 1 of each into the bench. Now their energies are disrupted. Either we win this match instantly, or if they have basic energies to attack, they can definitely do that. But it looks like they're centering this they're centering their strategy on a lot of special energies. So, you know, Dusknoir going forward is gonna go a long way to help out a lot of decks, because a lot of builds right now really rely on using a lot of special energy. So the new Calyrex VMAXs do not depend too much on special energies, because to accelerate it, for example, Ice Rider, they need a lot of basic water energies, especially when they use Melanie. and also Shadow Rider, they need that to accelerate onto their bench and then draw cards. So it doesn't really focus too much on special energy, but every other deck really relies on it. So you're thinking, you know, more than 50% of matchups you're gonna go against will use some type of special energy. So it's definitely a great way to kind of disrupt your opponent's strategy. So they're gonna be setting up a lot more. They have 2 single strike Urshifus, and so far 1 evolved Houndoom. They haven't evolved Houndour yet. Well, okay, there's the second one. So now they can easily accelerate, but then it won't have any effect because it really matters, since the single strike energy acts as a dark and fighting energy at the same time. But if you remove that effect, it's just a colorless, and it's not gonna satisfy the requirement for the attack cost of their Pokemon. So for now, we have free retreats. We still have 2 energies in our deck. Gonna go ahead and boss's order this Urshifu, retreat into Metagross, and just knock it out for now, and that will get us our first prize card. We get a twin energy. That's great for our Tsareena. We can start attacking with it. We should be able to hit 410 damage at least, because most of their Pokemon has 2 retreat cost. There's the Urn of Vitality, but again, that's not gonna make any difference. This Slowking will still not be able to attack. So I don't know what else our opponent can do, but we have the upper hand in this matchup so far. They can keep accelerating, but it's just gonna give a colorless energy. What they could try to do is target our Dusknoir, but again, if they cannot attack, it's really hard for them to do that. Okay, so they're setting up another one. And all they can do is Concoction, discard, and draw 3. And we have Professor's Research. I'm gonna go ahead and retreat, use Twin Energy, use Professor's Research to get us more cards. There's the Galar Mine, adding more retreat cost. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, we got 1 last energy, and I'm just gonna tread on here for 260 damage against this Slowking V. We get a Flannery and a rare candy. Yeah, we needed to accelerate 1 more energy because again, Dusknoir also affects your own Pokemon's special energy. The effects of your own Pokemon's special energy gets affected. So that twin energy actually is only 1 colorless. So we we were fortunate enough to keep that 1 grass energy in the deck so that Rillaboom will be able to accelerate that 1 last one on Tsareena to be able to complete that attack. So for right now, their single strike Urshifu still cannot attack because it has all special energy that has no effects. It only has 3 colorless. It needs at least 1 dark energy or 2 to get that 200 damage going, because it has chip damage on it. So the 200 damage should take effect. But again, they were able to gust our Dusknoir, but we can just retreat freely because of Metagross, and we're just gonna tread on for another prize against this Urshifu. All right, we need 2 more, and that's it. They can't attack, and that's it. I don't know what else our opponent can do. Houndoom really, okay, they have basic dark energy, which is good. Urn of Vitality is helpful, and that will fulfill the colorless energy on this single strike Urshifu, but we can just knock it out. It's only gonna deal, let's see how much it will deal, because again, the effects of its special energy has nothing. So with the Bruno, they get 7 because we knocked out one of their Pokemon last turn. Air Balloon, oh my. So that's gonna reduce their retreat cost to 0. But with the Galar Mine, that will boost it up to 2. So we're still hitting for 110 damage. But you know what? Their Urshifu is actually weak against grass. So we're actually hitting for 220 damage against this single strike Urshifu. Their attack actually was able to discard our stadium, but that's okay. We have plenty in our hand, and so we can finish off this single strike. And they're gonna scoop. Good game. Tsareena is an average card in terms of usability and power, mainly because it relies its attack damage output on your opponent's retreat cost. However, with the help of the Galar Mine Stadium, it becomes a bit more powerful. And Tsareena's Tread-On attack is actually pretty unique because it rivals that of Milotic V's Aqua Impact attack, making it one of the strongest attack mechanic that utilizes your opponent's retreat cost. While Tsareena is a little bit harder to set up because it is a stage 2, its attack is a little bit better than Milotic V in my opinion, because you can use it for only 2 colorless energy or 1 energy if you're using the twin energy, which is a more affordable attack cost, and it can practically be included in any build type. But one thing I really appreciated with this build is the awesome utility of METAGROSS. The Levitation Field ability combos so well with the Galar Mine Stadium because while your opponent struggles to get out of the active for safety, none of your own Pokemon have to worry about retreating. And its attack is so good with that combo. If for example you encounter a VMAX, not only will they have a hard time to retreat, the Leg Quake attack will prevent them from attacking. And post-rotation, this combo can probably go a long way. Overall though, I would consider this build as just average, but I'm glad I was able to showcase Tsareena from the Chilling Reign set and also find some appreciation for METAGROSS. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.